hello Galactic family. Historically March has been said to come in like a lion, and it will. Let's hope the second half of that sentence also applies. It goes out like a lamb, although I think, with all of the activity we are going to see this month, it may be a very big, toothy lamb. So far this year we have been processing energy on every front, and if you're tired because you weren't sleeping at night, you have been enduring the hurricane of energy shifts and downloads that have marked the year. This is not the month to sit down and rest. Rather, since it opens with the resonance from the year's most powerful new moon solar eclipse on February 26th, with powerful Mars energy and a Venus retrograde, there will be periods of big action and equally big inaction. And we have the equinox in March, and an interesting opposition of planets in Aries, the first sign, and Pisces, the last sign. It's the beginning of the end and the end of the beginning. March has two concurrent themes that will be running side by side all month: what has gone to seed and is now finished, and what is ready to take root and sprout, both appropriate themes for the month that celebrates spring. March opens with an active Mars energy as it faces off in a variety of aspects with several of the big planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto, that are both easy and challenging. This inspires us to move forward, but we still have some clearing out to do, and as we do we make room for more of the 5D energy to arrive. It is pouring in now, which is why you may feel great one moment, and terrible the next. We're going to be in energy alignment, integration, and balancing mode all month. Venus goes retrograde this month, and it won't go out of its retro mode until the end of April. This happens once every 2 years, and I have noticed that there are many more relationship issues in the year when Venus is retrograde. This retrograde happens in Aries, a sign Venus is not comfortable in, as it's a sign of its detriment, in astrological terms. It will retrograde back into the last degrees of Pisces, its sign of exaltation where it is most powerful, at the degree of February 1st. So once again we move forward a few steps, then back a few steps. Venus rules value and beauty, and in Aries this can get personal. Our challenge is to know our own value this month and not base that on whether others find us valuable. Is our search for acceptance also a desire for approval, to know that we are worthy and deserving of someone's love without considering what that approval costs us, in terms of our time, energy, and effort? So often we try to gain approval from someone who is tapped out as far as their approval energy, they have no more to give us. It's a month for self-awareness, self-value, and self-love, and Aries, as the first sign, is all about the self. At the same time we continue with the Mars-Venus conjunction in Aries, although Mars will move forward into the next sign, Taurus, which is Venus' sign, in March. We had this conjunction throughout February, ushering in the divine feminine and divine masculine awakening. This continues in March as we learn and implement new definitions for this new paradigm, and with Mars and Venus in mutual reception, in each other's signs, we'll have support for our new paradigm, even if it comes at the cost of giving up our desire from those who can't, don't, or won't value, love, or respect us. The divine in us doesn't require approval from others, but it does require self-acceptance. And that is one thing we will be working on with this Venus retrograde. And we have a new aspect in play this month, that of being the bridge between dimensions. This is not about standing on the 4D bridge ushering people across, this is about bridging the material and spiritual worlds, and finding our comfort zone in both. While we're comfortable in the spiritual world because it feels better to us, we must find the same level of comfort in the material world. We have long waited for the veil between the worlds to dissolve, and it has been gone for several years now. Although highly spiritual people find the material world difficult and challenging, the 5D energy integration requires us to learn to operate in 3D at a higher level. This is the heaven on earth soul mission we have all been completing since our first incarnation. Every day brings us closer to its completion, but that's not because we reject the material world for the spiritual. Instead, we bring our spiritual energy to a material world that is hungry for greater spiritual meaning and presence. We have a willing audience that is seeking new meaning and purpose as the illusion of 3D disintegrates and its domination and control agenda dissolves. We will see more secrets and hidden agendas come to light this month and continuing through August. As the old 3D support systems fall away, they must be replaced with the new 5D frequencies, and that is where the bridge people must step up. What kind of bridge are you? A creaky, unstable one that is falling apart from lack of use, or a sleek, strong one that invites people to cross over it with confidence? How confident are you with the material world, and how grounded are you in both realities? That's going to be a big test this month that continues throughout the year and into 2018. There is no more divide between spiritual and material, they are one, and we must learn to be one with these energies too. And we have more of the Atlantis energy coming to light as we shift the masculine domination to divine cooperation, replacing the power-hungry agendas with community-minded collaboration. The transition into 5D integration is not smooth, as 3D won't go down without a fight. There are beings and energies on the planet who must have 3D intact to survive, and they are in their death throes now. Use your discernment this month, as all may not be as it seems, and remember that any news that generates a coordinated, full orchestra of denial is most definitely true. We can't forget some important aspects that are creating the chaos and revolution we are experiencing now. Pluto is setting off the Uranus-Pluto square of 2012 to 2015 throughout the year. We still have an ongoing Saturn-Chiron square that will gain in strength as Saturn is now retrograding back to Chiron. The Uranus-Eris conjunction in Aries is still in full force, empowering the voices that are now waking up and joining forces to bring the power back to the people, something Eris is very supportive of. The March 12th full moon exactly highlights Chiron, the wounded healer, and makes an uncomfortable angle to Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Eris, Pluto, and Neptune, although the orb is wide. This provides an undercurrent of ongoing support for the changes that we're making in every area of our individual and collective consciousness as we transition into more self-aware, divine being. The theme of 2017 is divine congruence, and that is going to be present in everything that happens this year. The equinox on March 20th is the beginning of the solar new year, when we arrive at the 0 point of the zodiac, 0 Aries. We enter this new cycle with the experienced wisdom of what we have gone through for the last 12 months, and we are ready for a fresh start. Remember, 2017 is a one-year in numerology, so it's a new global cycle that builds on the foundation of what we have already learned. We're still in the eclipse energy resonance path of February's eclipses, so bear that in mind as you go back and forth this month, stepping forward into new potentials only to take a step back and clear more blocks from the path to their manifestation. You can read my article on how to manage this energy at this link. We are making progress every day, so shine on, keep those lights bright, and remember that the brightest lights deserve the biggest blessings. Have a wonderful month.